What's up guys, Random Razor here with another tech video to share with you guys today. And today we are going to check out Apple's lineup of cases for the brand new iPhone 17, 17 Air, and 17 Pro and Pro Max. So of course, without further ado, let's unbox these cases, check them out, and give you guys my quick in-depth review. So Apple launched 5 cases for this year's 17 lineup, and I got 3 of them here. The last 2 I'm not going to share with you guys because I'm not going to waste your time on a case that I don't recommend. That is the clear case and the second Beats case. Long story short, they don't protect the bottom of your iPhone, so I figured if it's not going to protect the bottom of your iPhone, why would you pay that kind of money for a case to protect your phone in the first place? So we're going to look at these 3 here: the silicone case, the Beats, rugged case, as well as the woven case. And all these ones protect the bottom of your iPhone. So at least these 3 I recommend. So the first case that we're going to check out here is the Tech woven case. And this is basically Apple's replacement for the last couple years to the leather case that they unfortunately discontinued a couple years ago. So they do come in a few different colors. This one here is just a classic black model. I'll pop this out. So we have the case here, some 1-year warranty information, and I think that's it. All right, so here's a closer look at the fabric here. So I'm not sure what kind of fabric it is. It's probably some sort of polyester of some sorts that doesn't state on the box. But the backside here, again, it's just like woven fabric design. The sides are also fabric, but it's a little bit more of a tighter weave. And the inside's also fabric, which is a little bit different from the back and the sides. And the same fabric that's on the sides also extends to the inner portion here. So we'll give Apple props for wrapping not just the outside of the case, but also the inside of the case with the same fabric material. All right, so we'll grab my iPhone 17 Pro Max in midnight blue, or is it deep blue, whichever color it was. We'll go volume button side first and pop it into place. All right, so taking a quick overview of this case and what it has to offer. Starting off with the front here, I do have a tempered glass screen protector on my phone, and the case doesn't interfere with that at all, which is great. A little bit of top protection, so the case does lip just above the bezel around here. So very nice protection around the edge of the iPhone, around the screen. The power button here, as well as the volume buttons and the smart button, are made of a separate material. It's like a metal of some sort. When you press on them, they feel like actual buttons. So very easy to depress, and they work very well. Taking a look at the bottom part of the case here, we do have perforated cutouts for the mic and speakerphone, generous cutout for the USB-C port, and these 4 additional cutouts for the lanyard option, which you can get with this case. Last but not least, on the back side here, we do have a engraving for the Apple logo, since Apple is the only company that can legally do that on their accessories. A giant cutout for the camera lens module, flash, and everything. I do have a glass protector on here, which you guys can kind of obviously tell, and the case works with it, which is great. So that is the Tech woven case from Apple. I will say this is the first time I actually got one of these cases, and I do like the material. I think this is worth the extra cost over the silicone case, just because this fabric material feels quite a bit more durable and a little bit more grippier than the silicone case. All right, the next accessory that we're going to check out is not a case, but that is Apple's iPhone crossbody strap. So here's what the strap looks like. And you can see here, it's a very unique accessory, especially from Apple. And the idea is that it's pretty much like a lanyard. You know, it's just something rather than your keys or your ID card, it's attached to your phone. Now the strap itself is actually pretty high quality. It has a very strong weave to it, almost like a seatbelt material is the best way I could describe it. You can color match the strap to any of the iPhone cases. And I mean, it's pretty much like a lanyard, except instead of holding keys or an ID card or something, it's attached to your phone. Now it's not an accessory that I don't think most people would need. I do like the idea that with this around your neck, it means you have a less likely chance of dropping your iPhone in case it slips out of your hand. But I mean, it does have a place. I mean, for someone who might have some sort of medical condition, or if you're just clumsy for whatever reason, it's nice that, you're holding your phone, you drop it, it's going to be connected to the strap here. All right, the next case that we have here is the classic silicone case. So Apple has had the silicone case since like the iPhone 5, and they brought it back once again for the 17 series. This one here is in black. That's a little bit hard to tell in the video, but you can sort of see that the Apple logo is imprinted on here, although very, very faintly because this is the black model. Taking a look at the inside part of the case here before we slap the iPhone in, you can see it is lined with this very soft microfiber lined material. Soft to the touch, should protect the finish of your iPhone, extends all the way around the back and bit the sides as well. So just like the woven case, very easy to put on, slides in like so, and you're ready to go. All right, take a quick overview of this case. Starting off the top here, you can see the case does lip around the entire border of the iPhone and just above my glass screen protector. And yes, this is compatible with a tempered glass screen protector, which is nice. Moving on to the side of the case here, we do have covers for the volume rockers, smart button, and the power button. Unlike the woven case though, these buttons are integrated into the case. They're not separate metal buttons, but they still feel like actual buttons. Nice tactile feedback, and they work pretty well. So no complaints on functionality. On the bottom of the case here, we do have 3 individual cutouts for the USB-C port, 2 perforated cutouts for the microphone and speakerphone, and as well as 4 additional cutouts for the lanyard option, which is also compatible with this case. Lastly, on the back side of the case here, that silicone material does wrap around the entire back portion of the case. You got that faint Apple logo on the black model here. Giant cutout for the camera lens module. I do have a protector on here as well, which the case doesn't seem to interfere with. And that is pretty much an overview of the Apple silicone case. Pretty much identical to last year's model. I rocked it on my iPhone 16 Pro Max for almost a year now. And you guys can see here, it's done pretty well. It's got some bumps and bruises. I would say between the silicone case and the woven case here, the woven case is probably more durable because it's a fabric material, whereas the silicone case here has a softer rubber material that can come off, especially if you drop it on like concrete or asphalt, something like that. It'll probably chip off the rubber. And that is the Apple silicone case. Last but not least is the Beats case. So this is the rugged case that they call it. And you can see here, it's a TPU style case. It's a little bit thicker than the woven case and the silicone case. You can see on the inside here, we have this very nice soft microfiber lined material. It only extends around the back side. The sides are just made of that soft TPU material that's the same on the outside here. We'll put our iPhone 17 Pro Max in. And here it is. All right, take a quick overview of this case. Starting off with the top here, you can see the case ellipses around the entire border of the iPhone and well above my glass screen protector, which is kind of nice, so excellent top protection. On the sides of the case, we do have covers for the volume buttons, the smart button, as well as the power button, and of course the camera button. On the bottom part of the case here, we do have 3 cutouts, so a little cutout for the USB-C port, 2 perforated cutouts for the stereo speakers and mic. No lanyard option on the Beats case though, so if you want to use the lanyard, you have to stick with the Apple branded ones. On the bottom of the case, we do have a cutout for the USB-C port, 2 perforated cutouts for the stereo speakers and mic. Unlike the Apple cases though, we don't have the cutouts here for the lanyard, so those are only restricted for the Apple cases only. Lastly, on the back side of the case, we do have the Beats logo imprinted in the middle there. The entire top half has a smooth matte finish. The bottom half here has this like textured finish to it, which adds a bit of grip, extends all the way around the back half and the sides as well. And of course, a single large cutout here for the camera lens module. I do have a glass screen protector on here as well, which you can see the case doesn't interfere with. And that is the Beats rugged case for the iPhone 17 series. It's a pretty nice case for what it is. I think it's a little bit pricey for what you get. I think the biggest thing you're paying for, of course, is the Beats logo, but considering it's just a standard TPU style case, I think there are cheaper alternatives out there. But if you're a big Beats fan and you like the look of this case, I don't think you'll be disappointed either. Of the bunch, the woven case feels the most premium of the 3 and makes it a little bit more justifiable for the high price tag that Apple is asking for these cases. I like the tech woven fabric that Apple used for this case, which I think is much more durable compared to the silicone case. And the metal button covers that Apple uses on the woven case certainly make it feel a little bit more premium as well. In conclusion guys, if you are after Apple's own cases for your brand new iPhone 17, 17 Air, or 17 Pro or Pro Max, You definitely can't go wrong with Apple's cases. They're very well made, very well put together. Although if you're looking for something that's a little bit more affordable and a bit more protective, there's certainly better third-party brands out there in that aspect. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Any questions or comments about Apple's lineup of cases for the new iPhone 17 series, let me know in the comments section there down below. Hit that like button, as always helps me out, and I'll see you all in the next video.